Hey guys, Brian Sullivan, founder of Precise Selling with your weekly video tip. Now this week we're going to talk about the difference between a healthy existing customer and one that is really sick. And talk about why early diagnosis is key to saving your sales life. Now I'm going to compare you to a doctor. You know, a doctor has patients. Those are the customers. You have paying customers. And here's a scenario I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine your number one patient/customer. They give you a call and they say they need to have a little checkup with you. After doing a little homework, you get in your CRM, you're reviewing the sales numbers a little bit, you realize, oh, well, they're doing okay. I really haven't seen this patient in a while. I'm sure everything's just fine. They haven't expressed any pains lately. They're not nagging, so you're sure they just maybe have a few questions. Now, the patient walks into the boardroom, or they pick up the phone and call you. They sound sick as hell. If you're in the boardroom, they look sick as hell. And then they tell you that they felt this way for a while. Of course, then they wanted to follow up by telling you you're fired and they've changed doctors. You wonder why? Well, it's because you didn't seem to care enough about their health and well-being. Of course, the first reaction is, I had no idea. I thought everything was great. How was I to know? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I could have corrected the problems if I had only known. Well, guess what, doctor? The patient shouldn't have an arm growing out of their neck or hacking up a lung before we realize there's a problem. It's our job to see the signs of a sick patient long before they realize that they feel like garbage. Now, whether you believe in our current healthcare system or not, one thing is clear: preventative healthcare is good for patients. In short, finding problems early, fixing it, everybody wins. The same formula applies to business. Now, here's a little fact about your industry. Many companies lose as many as 30% of their customers each year. And the reason so many of the accounts are dying is because the companies that they're selling to them, they're not practicing this preventative health care. Now, the best way for you to practice preventative selling is to perform routine checkups on your most important customers. Of course, you might be saying, when do I do this, Sully? First, I want you to do it early on, immediately after the sale. Think about it. Don't you love it when you're lying in bed recovering from that hospital stay or that little minor surgery, and the doctor calls at about 7:30 at night to see how you're feeling? Sure, you still feel like crap, but that little phone call was like a little chicken soup for the soul. Yeah, I stole that one. Now, we need to make sure our customers feel the exact same way. So, next, we did our immediate call, customers feeling good, we can't let it go for a while. We need to schedule regular appointments with our best clients to ask them these 3 questions. Question number 1, what are we doing as a company? What am I doing as a salesperson that I should keep doing, Mr. Customer? Number 2, what am I doing that maybe I should stop doing, or maybe my company should stop doing? And then 3, hey, you're the customer. What should we begin doing to better serve you? It's essentially calling to check in to see how they're really feeling. Now, they may have no symptoms of a disease yet, but those questions may help you find an early onset of a disease. And can you imagine how surprised you would be if your family doctor proactively called you each quarter to see how you were feeling and to offer tips to keep you healthy? All right, so this month, give your sales territory a checkup, because every current account that you keep happy, there's one less account you need to cold call. And the dollars that you can pull from existing relationships are often much higher than that of newer customers. Of course, this is not a hall pass to not cold call, by the way. But by practicing the art of early diagnosis, you're going to keep a ton of accounts healthy. And I promise, I won't judge you if that same behavior makes your competition totally sick. So we'll see you at the top. We'll see you next week for your Precise Selling tip.